Welcome to the GWP. I am the City of Miami savior, Sands. I am with Holly Jigglypuff Wood the Fifth.
Holly Jigglywood Puff the Fifth of his line, High King of all his domain.
Excuse me, I didn't see the rest of that on your post. And your name is? Or is that it? We're going to call you High Jigglypuff Wood?
No, I was taking the sip of the happy juice. I am Hollywood Marcus.
And the face that ruins the place.
Oh, shit.
Big Ralph.
Big Ralph. We're here to talk about this week in wrestling, what could have been, what should have been, and what was.
Take that back. That's mean.
That's fine.
I'm the City of Miami savior, so you know. So a lot of wrestling happened this weekend. We had both NXT TakeOver and the Royal Rumble. Guys, which one did you think stole the show? Was it TakeOver or Rumble?
TakeOver.
I know a lot of good stuff happened in the Rumble.
The TakeOver title match.
The TakeOver title match. You didn't think? Well, let's get into it. So we had predictions and points this weekend, which we tweeted and talked about. So let's start with TakeOver. Cassius Ohno versus Velveteen Dream. We got Velveteen Dream with the win. I think we all picked Velveteen Dream, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Adam
No
Cole,
surprise
Aleister
there.
Black in an Extreme Rules match, which is a very good match. I liked it. Gosh, I don't have my notes for that.
Big Ralph picked Aleister Black.
Big Ralph picked Aleister Black.
Hollywood picked Adam Cole, baby.
We both picked Adam Cole, which did not get the victory, so we're on that one. Tag team of the Authors of Pain versus Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish won. That was a pretty good match.
I dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler versus Ember Moon. I have to say, I was impressed with Shayna Baszler. I liked what she did in the match. It showed that type of wrestling, or that side of it, with the cockiness and this. And then, man, when that girl hit the Eclipse, she sold that sucker that it knocked her out. But, I mean, I think the story was great in this.
She was on the floor for like how many minutes while Ember Moon was like nursing her injury. I was like, dude, you're like Undertakering right now, not even moving. Like, what happened to you?
Yeah, no, she sold it. She sold it like Finn Balor sold the Blackout. I mean, come on. It legit looked like she got knocked out, man.
It looked bad.
It looked bad. And they did great. Now, title match was Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. We all picked that one as Gargano's swan song, saying he's finally going to get the title. And he did not, but the match itself was just phenomenal. If I could take AJ Styles' catchphrase, but that thing was amazing. It was like the best match of the night. I cannot see anybody not rating that a 9 or a 10.
To quote Michael Cole, an instant classic.
An instant classic it was. Gargano got a standing ovation, just the storyline through it, you know, every piece of the puzzle. Zelina Vega getting in, Candice LeRae getting in.
The only thing I can say about that, I was hoping that she would get involved earlier than she did. I'm talking about Candice.
Yeah, well, you know, I think when it was perfect when she got in. You know, I think that it was timed very good. And then the kicker, as they're celebrating Johnny Gargano's amazing match, who should come out and hit him with a crutch but Tommaso Ciampa, setting up that feud for the next time, which everybody's probably excited to see if you saw their match in the Cruiserweight Classic last year.
You need to go see it.
Yeah, that's a great match. That at some point should be our main event match, but we'll get to that later on. So you guys, overall, if you gave this out of a 10, what would you give this pay-per-view? Or specialty TV show on the network?
I mean, for me, personally, I was really looking forward to what Velveteen Dream was going to do. And, of course, he delivered. Like, the whole gimmick, the whole setup, everything.
Yeah.
Even with a short build to that match, I mean, he came out with, like, his boxing trunks, his mouthpiece. I was like, dude, like, if he's only not even 25 yet, and he's pulling off stuff like that, awesome. then you have the tag team match, which I think was better than the Usos versus Benjamin and Gable, and the Bar versus Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan. So that tag match was better. The women's match was awesome, even though that was a clinic on how to sell and how to deliver punishment, believable punishment. I think that was better than the women. They didn't have a women's match, did they? At Royal
No,
Rumble?
they didn't.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, no women's match in the Rumble.
So yeah, it was the better women's match
of the weekend.
I mean, I would consider it.
If you want to call the Rumble a match, you know, or
it was better than
we'll
that,
say
too.
singles match.
It was the better singles match.
The only singles match.
Aleister Black versus Adam. Like I've been waiting for Adam Cole to show me something because I speak very highly of him, and I'll always tell you guys. And I know Joe is like, I don't see it, but I'm like, dude, after that match, you had to see it.
Well, I actually like Adam Cole. Adam Cole was my pick, which didn't turn out very well for me, but I like Adam Cole. I like the look, I like the attitude, I like the promos. I don't know his work outside of what he's done in WWE, so I have to brush up on that. But from what I've seen, I've liked. I just don't see him. I mean, this match did prove that he can go. But anybody that it seems like anybody they be put with Aleister Black, they just whoever he goes with, he can do just a pretty good match with.
Oh, man.
I mean, Velveteen Dream did not grow on me until he had the rivalry with Aleister Black. Nobody talked Velveteen Dream until that. Yeah, it was just magic, and then the match was amazing. So,
and then going into the main event, like I'm thinking to myself, how are you going to top everything that we just saw, right?
Right.
Especially with that no-holds-barred match with Black and Cole. And then they went for a good, solid 30 minutes, just back and forth, the drama, the story of Johnny finally getting his shot, the manager versus the wife, and just... I was really hoping that Gargano was going to get it. I mean, by the end of the match, I didn't care who won. I was just like, whoa. And that's the type of drama and passion and kind of like build I want to a world title match, something that we don't get on the main roster.
Right.
So I have to say, to rate it out of a 10, I got to get that out of 10, man. I don't have
the match you gave a 10. What did you give the
whole show a 10?
Whole show? Oh, a 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Ralph, what do you think?
See, I like all the reasons you said. I give it a 9 only because I would have given it a 10 had Gargano won it. Because he needs that. What's that word? You know what?
Vindication?
Yes, he needs that vindication.
I think you don't need it for Gargano. He was the worker of the thing. If he didn't get it, people are still going to respect him and love him. So, I'm going to go with Ralph on this one. I'll probably give it about a 9. I wouldn't give it a 10. I think the Ono Velveteen Dream match, which was a good match, wasn't as good as it could have been. It could have probably been better. Same thing with the tag. I enjoyed the Shayna Baszler Ember Moon, but it didn't give me the same thing as the Gargano Almas or the Aleister Black and Adam Cole matches. So you got some good, you got some bad. Not bad, but not to the point where I'm like, that whole pay-per-view was very solid. Like, I really didn't think the Cassius Ohno Velveteen Dream match was a solid match, to be honest. I think you could have gone without that match.
Though,
huh?
The pacing of the pay-per-view, I mean, because not every match is going to be a 10,
right.
But I think the pacing of it was, like, perfect.
All right, so let's move on to the Rumble. Now, the Rumble, we all had different picks, and this is how that went. We had the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, versus American Alpha 2.0, the world's greatest tag team. Gable Benjamin, 2 out of 3 falls. I did not see them sweeping Benjamin and Gable 2 out of 2 falls all of a sudden. Yeah. The tag was very good. The Usos always put on a great tag match. I picked the Usos, and you guys picked the other guys. You guys thought they were going to get it.
Yeah, but you know why we qualified that, right?
Because why? Oh, because of punishment. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
He's going to get punished. Well, apparently he didn't get. He got a slap on the wrist. He said, "Don't do that." And here's your titles.
Pretty much.
I guess hindsight being 2020 compared to what their quote unquote cousin did. What he did was a minor thing. Allegedly.
Everything is alleged here.
Everything's alleged.
Except what the Uso did. That actually happened. That's a DUI. That's not alleged there. He got booked.
For a show that caters to kids and wants to set a good role model and example, I'm like, seriously?
Really? Do you think somebody went around going, hey, do you see what happened to one of the Usos? Look at this. He's in for a DUI. I don't think a kid got on the internet and found out that Jimmy Uso or Jay, I don't even know which one, got
one of the Usos.
But if he gets
stopped for DUI, now unless the parent went, see what happened?
Yeah, but if he does it again, he's going to the Uso penitentiary.
Okay, so you guys saw SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what was it with the graphics on SmackDown?
They're trying to cater to kids again. More.
You think like they had to put the like what we know him getting a DUI? Did you have to put both Usos behind bars?
Well,
was maybe that the point of that?
Maybe it's like the match they had against American Alpha 2.0, where it's like the referee, he did the 3 count on the wrong with it. Like, oh wait, which one was it that got the DUI? Was it the one on the left? The one on the? You know what? Let's just put both of them.
Both of them in the cage. All right. Well, so we also had the Raw Tag Team Champion, which was Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins versus The Bar. I think we all picked The Bar on that one, so we all won on that one. That match was lackluster for me. I think off of the high of the men's Royal Rumble, and that following it just didn't do well for it.
If you want to set up Rollins versus Jason Jordan, there was a much better way to do it. I think that was stupid.
Yeah, no, I think I left after watching the Rumble. I left to go do, I had to put my kid to bed and everything, and that match was on, so it was in the background. I didn't even watch it. I went back and watched it, and I still was like, well, I really didn't miss much on that one.
See, I still haven't watched it. I had to take my dog out for a walk, so I just let it be playing. And when I came back, it's like, oh, they won. I'm like, all right then.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah. So then we got the Universal title up for grabs between Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane. Kane, of course, getting the pin like we all predicted. Nobody picked Kane. You guys picked Lesnar. I picked Strowman. I lost on that end. But the match itself was brutal. The match itself was just big men throwing hams, man, and it was it. And
legit shots too.
Yeah, and Lesnar won, came out on the winning end. It made each person, I think, look strong.
Until Kane died.
Night. I mean, we're not talking Kane of 20 years ago. We're talking Kane, who's going to be mayor. So, Mayor Kane, he didn't veto anything. He just...
The Demon Mayor Kane?
The Demon Mayor Kane, yeah. The Big Red Mare. That's how they're going to call him.
Oh, man. But they legit do some stiff shots.
Yeah, no, it was big men doing big men things. As you always like to point out, McMahon likes his big sweaty men.
Mick Mahan.
Whatever. Mick.
But watch that match. Watch the knee that Strowman gave to Lesnar, and then watch Lesnar give a receipt with a big hand. I'm surprised Braun didn't legit get knocked out because Lesnar hit him hard, and Strowman looked really loopy after that hit. Watch his eyes.
I guess I have to watch that over. I didn't. No, I saw it, but I didn't. I guess I didn't notice how legit it was.
All you have to do is watch it when they put it in slow motion, and you see the ripple effect that it has on Braun's face.
So bad.
It's like,
All right, so then you got the WWE title with AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, a 2-1 handicap match. We all picked Styles on that one, which we were all correct. That match was pretty good. It started the show. Didn't have a problem with it. Love it. I love all three performers. Now what they're doing on SmackDown this weekend, putting them against each other to see who the number one contender is for the Fastlane pay-per-view, I think is very interesting. I thought it was kind of early to already break them up, but I guess it's getting stale. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I feel a swerve coming. There's going to be some type of swerve. I can already see it.
You're going to do like they did that with Jericho and Owens.
I don't think they're really broken up. I think they're going to swerve us. Because how many times have we seen KO versus Sami Zayn?
Now, is KO legit hurt?
I think he is hurt.
So they might just have Sami Zayn win it. Just because, KO is going to be like, I let you win. You need it more than I do. We'll still be best friends.
Maybe. I kind of hope they put Sami Zayn in the title hunt, depending on who the winner is at WrestleMania. I believe this is going to be after WrestleMania, is it not, or is it before?
No, it's next week.
No, I meant the match at Fastlane, whoever the winner is. Fastlane pay-per-view is when?
Oh, yeah.
They said in March, so I'm assuming it's after WrestleMania. Then again,
I think it's before WrestleMania.
Okay, so we have two before. Okay.
Because I think they're saying that they're not sure if AJ is going to be the champion. That Nakamura wants to face him, but they're not sure if he's going to be the champion.
Royal Rumble, January, Elimination Chamber, Raw is in February, Fastlane for SmackDown is in March, WrestleMania is in April. So
it's in between. So Nakamura might not even face Sami Zayn. I mean AJ Styles if Sami Zayn wins.
Oh, he's going to face AJ Styles.
Yeah, well, everybody wants to see it,
of course.
All right, so that match was good. Then you got the Men's Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura was Ralph's pick, right? And Roman Reigns was Marcus. I picked Finn Balor. All of those were towards the end, but of course the ultimate winner was Shinsuke Nakamura. I like the outcome. I wasn't disappointed. The Rumble itself was actually very good. I enjoyed this Rumble than some of the other Rumbles they had in the past. What did you guys think?
I loved it.
I liked it.
Enjoyed it.
It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. It did, like I said, it came off this very big high, and then, whoever had to follow that was just not going to come out on the good end of that.
Just anybody but Roman.
Anyone but Roman and Cena.
Basically.
Hey, when Finn Balor came out, number 2?
Number 2.
I texted you. I said, "That's it for you."
Yeah, I thought I was done, and that was my pick. But when he was towards the end, I was like, "Wow, are they really going to let him go all the way? That would be awesome."
No, I like number 27.
Who's 27?
Yeah, who's
Mr. Rey Mysterio?
Oh yeah, we got the return of Rey Mysterio. We'll see what happens with that. The article says, or some of the articles I've read said this is a one-off on Rey Mysterio. He wasn't really going to sign. Then they have conflicting. It's saying WWE after the pop is really looking to sign him, but Rey doesn't want to work the full-time schedule. So we'll see if they come to an odds. Also, Rey's in negotiation with Impact Wrestling, so there's a lot of factors in there to see what they're going to do.
I think those negotiations didn't pan out.
Oh, didn't they? I didn't read anything like that. I read that he might do it if the schedule is very limited.
Yeah.
Which I think is good because Rey looked amazing. He looked pretty buff, man.
You really think so? I thought he looked skinnier. He looked leaner, but he looked in shape.
Leaner. Yeah, he looked more in shape than he did when he left. I mean, the man put on tights. He didn't put on pants this time. So I guess he was feeling a little good about his body.
Oh man, I wish we all did.
Yeah, me too. What did you think of the Hurricane coming in? I thought that was fun.
I thought he couldn't take bumps because of his ankle.
Did he take bumps? He didn't. He took one bump, maybe.
I mean, he flew over the top rope when he got eliminated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the nostalgia and the fun of it was there. I liked it.
I wish he would have choked slam Cena.
That would have been great. But he goes for them and he never gets it, so it's part of the shtick.
Yeah. I did like him almost falling and slipping on the pancakes. That was hilarious.
Yeah. And what did you think of the pancake, Kofi Kingston and the pancakes?
I laughed.
I laughed.
It's Kofi Kingston. He's expected to do some shenanigans in the Rumbles.
But personally, I think Naomi's spot was better.
Naomi's spot. Yeah, we'll get into that later. Overall, you guys like the Rumble, so then let's get into the Women's Royal Rumble. Of course, you've got Asuka, who was the winner, which both you, Marcus, and Ralph picked. I picked Becky Lynch, who got out pretty early on. Hey, you can't win them all, right? And I didn't win either. So, so we got Becky Lynch. Some of the great things that happened is that we had a lot of the old legend women coming in. People were... there's a general consensus that's saying that they shouldn't have had so many of the quote-unquote legends come in and do the Rumble. I didn't have a problem with it. I think it's a showcase of people from the past and present. You're going to have this type of match that's never been done before. If you have people from the old time, the old school coming in just for a run-in or to get a couple people out or to clear the ring or to set up feuds that you used to enjoy in the past, I don't see the problem with it. Other people say we should have had people like the Iconic Duo,
Yes.
Yes.
Nikki Cross, some of the younger girls just to have it. They did have Ember Moon. We did have some pirate girl come in as well.
Oh, dude, no, do not poo-poo that. Say her name and give her respect.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Kiari Insane?
Kiari?
Harry Carey? What?
Kyrie.
Kari?
I am going to delete you.
Please do not Michael Cole this right now.
Yeah, just like we're...
Anyway,
he has a yacht personality. What does that even mean?
I don't know. So
she has a what?
A yacht personality.
A yacht personality.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe she likes yachts. Who knows? Anyway, so that girl came in. This girl. She didn't win it, of course.
No respect at all.
Well, I have respect. I respect if she actually does something. So when she came in, that was it. So what do you guys think? Should we have done a little bit less with the legends and had more of the current?
Yes, because, dude, like you said, the Iconic Duo, you didn't have them. You didn't have, what's that chick? Nikki Cross. Like, imagine Nikki Cross in the Rumble.
See,
imagine her crazy self in the Rumble.
I could have done without Tori Wilson and without
Kelly.
You could have given those two spots to the Iconic Duo.
And take out Ember Moon and put in Nikki Cross.
No, I think if you're going to have Andrade in the men's, you have to have...
But she was like...
Yeah, but
broken.
that's the one
but
that's...
so was Adam Cole.
Yeah, Adam Cole came in.
And he was
dude,
all
but he's Adam Cole,
stuff.
baby.
Yeah, but I mean, those are the top of NXT, so, Plus, come on, that pop that Andrade got when he came out because of that match with Gargano... That man's over.
Adam Cole got, though. Did you hear that pop?
I heard that pop, too. I'm just saying, I don't mind those two being in it, including the Yacht Princess. I think they were fine.
The Yacht Princess. but can we all agree that Trish Stratus looked damn good?
Trish Stratus looked good. I have to say they all look pretty good. I mean, I know you yelled that Jackie was bald, but, hey, Jackie. Jacqueline.
She looked buff.
She looked good. Hey, Beth Phoenix looked amazing. They all looked amazing, I have to say. They didn't look like they missed. They didn't look like they aged that much.
I could have done without the Bellas. Dude, if Molly Holly did a front flip off the top rope.
Yeah.
It would have been better had
Molly Holly looked the same.
Sasha's been on her spot, but
let's yeah. I mean, it's not here or there. If you want to talk about a spot, and Sasha, we'll talk about Raw and her match with Asuka. That spot looked pretty bad.
Oh, my God.
To have a legend like Mick Foley saying, don't do that.
And he should know.
The hardcore legend, Mick Foley, telling people not to do suicide dives. It has come to that.
Yeah. Well,
but I cringed when I saw that. And then when Asuka did the same thing and she just went through the rope, I was like, oh my God, these girls are going to kill themselves.
I mean, the match was really good. You can't say the match was bad. But yes, we all had that cringe moment when Sasha tripped in the middle rope and went down like a ton of bricks.
Right? How many times have I said she should stop doing that?
She was diving for the center of the earth.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked bad, and, you just went, ooh. All right, so let's get back to the Rumble. So we got the Women's Royal Rumble that went on last. Of course, the winner was Asuka. After this, she's supposed to pick who she's going to go against, whether the Queen, Charlotte Flair on SmackDown, or the Goddess, Alexa Bliss, and Raw. And who's to come out but Rowdy Rhonda Rousey.
In an homage to Roddy Piper.
Big time homage. I read that she borrowed his actual jacket from the Sun and then gave it back. That was pretty cool. I like that they didn't use her in the Rumble. I also read somewhere that she's been secretly training with Becky, Charlotte, and Natalya at the Performance Center really late at night, so she's trying to get herself ready for the WrestleMania. But the question is, did she take away from the winner?
Honestly, I think so. I think that should have been a tongue-tied myself. That should have been the next day.
I agree.
She should have come out on Raw and did a little skit against the winner of the Rumble.
I think they did that, though, because Asuka didn't know who she was going to face, because, like you saw on Raw, we don't know who the champion is going to be. I don't see Alexa walking into WrestleMania with the title. I think somebody takes it from her as Elimination Chamber. So that might be a reason why. But I think she did lose a little bit of steam with Ronda coming out. I would have waited too.
I would have waited till Raw. I like the idea. I like hearing that she's been training with the likes of Natalya, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. If she's actually training with Charlotte, then I think if they go with that match in WrestleMania, it'll look good. Because
she's full time.
Yeah, and she's full time, and I think Charlotte will make sure that she gets her. Charlotte being the professional she is, even Natalya, they'll make sure she looks like she's ready for WrestleMania because they're not going to let that go. But I agree. If you put Asuka in there with Alexa Bliss, it just looks like Asuka's going to dominate. So now they have this women's elimination chamber to see who's going to be the women's champion going into WrestleMania in February. If they do the women's match, who would they give it to, and who would be ready for Asuka? Is it Sasha again? Is it Bayley? Who do you guys think?
See, if last Monday had not happened, I would say Nia Jax. But Sasha was pretty close to defeating Asuka, so I don't know. Either Nia or Sasha?
I don't know, man. You have two potential money matches in Asuka versus Charlotte and Ronda versus Charlotte, right? But you also have the backstory with Ronda versus Stephanie. So does she do a tag match? Does she face Stephanie?
Well,
it's so...
That's a rumor that's going around.
Mm-hmm.
But it all depends on Mr. Rock to see if depends on his schedule. That's what I've been reading online. That they're trying to do that, but his schedule is very busy.
That's why it's so hard to pick a actual match.
But I read that if The Rock wasn't going to be an option, then Angle would be the backup.
Oh, I heard.
Angle Rousey versus Steph and Triple H.
Kind
of set that up at Survivor Series. If you think about it, how Triple H kind of messed up their team and knocked and hit Angle, so you kind of have that backstory already there. If you want to use it,
I heard the backup was Strowman.
I think Strowman's going against Miz. I think he's going for the Intercontinental.
This is really interesting. I don't know.
See, I would like Balor to go for the Intercontinental against The Miz. I would like to see that match.
Yeah, but I think they want to put a belt on Strowman to see how he does with it. I think that's why they haven't pulled the trigger on the Universal with him.
I mean, he's killing people, so he might as well give him the title.
I agree they should give him the title, but getting the title and then running with the title is two different things. As we've said before, it's the chase that everybody gets excited about. Now, to retain, how do you do that? You don't. He doesn't have the.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the finesse of like an Alexa Bliss or Charlotte Flair, where they can talk and they can kind of weasel their way out. He would be a dominant champion. He doesn't have a mouthpiece like Heyman, so he's not like a Brock Lesnar. He's kind of his own unique thing. So you need to have a title on him to see if he can carry a title. And why not the Intercontinental title?
The thing about Strowman, though, is I see him having the same problem as, say, a Big Show, Kane, Undertaker, Lesnar. Once he gets it, who the hell's going to beat him for it?
Right, but
and
then
how do you beat him?
But then you do those specialty matches. You do the last man standing match, like when Alberto Del Rio put Big Show underneath the desk, for the 10 count. There's ways you can get around it.
Did to Kane.
Yeah, Strowman did to Kane. There's ways around it. You can figure out a way to do it, but it's how he's going to maintain it, and then because he's this monster, who you going to put against him? Besides the people he's been fighting already.
Like, I know Hollywood hates it, but another one would be like a multi-man match where the champion doesn't get pinned. Someone else gets the pin.
You could do that too. Like a 3 or 4 way, depending.
Yeah.
Maybe they handicap, or the Miz Taraj and Miz against Strowman. I don't know. And
they're all co-champions?
Well, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. It was a thought. Yeah, they're all co-champions. We all love that idea.
Yes.
So, on the Royal Rumble, what guys, if you did it to the 10 being the highest, what do you rate the Royal Rumble?
7.
About an 8.
Ooh. You say 8?
I thought the Rumble match, the women's Rumble match, and the...
See, I know.
I think the tag titles and the women's Rumble match brought it down a little bit.
Really, you didn't like the women's? I actually like the women's. I liked both. I liked both Rumble matches, and I think that would be the main thing to put my. I say it's a 7 too.
I think it could have been better, the women's, just because of all the legends that came out.
You know what? I think it's the first one. I think you had all the legends. I think you needed to do that. It's the first one. If you decide to do this more, then you can make it a different monster, like normal. But you're doing it for the first one. You got to have that nostalgia in it, because you have to showcase the people who paved the way for this. So I think it's fine. It's
like you told me, Mr. Sands. You have to honor the past, so you have to have those legends in there.
So 7. So let's talk about.
I gave it an 8 because of Nakamura.
7, 8. Yeah, because he put you over.
Exactly.
You didn't give it an 8 because of puppies?
Because of puppies.
No, not the puppies.
There's all kinds of puppies.
The current records of our point system here is me, 6. Hollywood, who wasn't looking too good after Philadelphia.
I was looking bad.
6. And then Big Ralph with a whopping 8. We know who the master booker here is in this group right at the moment.
I'm going to come back. Don't worry. I'm going to come back.
I could come back. We're both tied now for second if you want to look at it that way.
I have magic.
Yeah,
you're both first losers after this weekend.
We have 2 pay-per-views before the WrestleMania. We'll see what happens from this point on. So we already talked about that. So a couple things that happened this week that we would like to touch upon. The idea that Bobby Lashley is close to signing a deal with the WWE, and the idea that after WrestleMania he'll be feuding with Brock Lesnar. This is based upon them being both like MMA fighters at one point. Bobby Lashley is an impressive guy. He can probably go with Lesnar. What do you guys think? Is that something we want to see, or do you think, Lashley's not something that I really want to... it doesn't interest me.
I like him. I've seen some of his stuff in TNA, surprisingly, and he's improved tremendously. His mic skills have gotten better. His in-ring work has gotten a lot better. I would love to see Lesnar versus Lashley, just not for the title. The title will have to be off Lesnar.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. I'm assuming Lesnar's going to lose it at WrestleMania. We're all assuming it's going to be Roman Reigns that he loses it to. So we'll see. We'll see how that pans out, and even if that pans out.
I don't know. Like, if you take the title of him, from what I've been hearing, Lesnar wants to go back to MMA.
I think he's suspended for. How long is he suspended for? For failing the drug test.
I don't know. I do remember them saying he was suspended, but I mean, let's think of this. If you're Dana White or whoever's running UFC, and you have a chance to get Brock Lesnar back because you've lost now Ronda over to WWE, Connor is no longer doing this. You don't really have any big names. You're going to bring Brock Lesnar back. You're not going to say, okay, his suspension's up.
It was a 1-year suspension. So by the time WrestleMania is over, because this was back in 2016 that he got suspended. So, I mean, the year's already over, so he's eligible, I think.
So there you go. You got that. A couple other people from TNA or Impact Wrestling that is making it over to WWE is Jeremy Borash was recently signed to come in and help produce, I believe, a couple of spots. We're excited because he was one of the main people who helped Matt Hardy in his final deletion and all that stuff. So is it Matt Hardy coming in saying, "Hey, you got to hire this guy," and then bringing him in to hopefully move that character into the Broken Universe, or it sounds like to me it's a good move for Jeremy Borash, but it is a very big blow to TNA Impact since that gentleman's been there for, I think, from the beginning almost, yeah. And has booked and put some of the most solid things together. I think it's a big blow for TNA. What do you guys think?
See, he was like their Undertaker, where you thought that he would never leave that company.
I thought the same thing until I heard he was doing a lot of work with Jim Ross, and he was doing things here and there for like other people. So I was like, maybe he's trying to branch out. And then I read that it was a Triple H decision. Triple H was like, no, we got to bring this guy in. So he's going to be doing a lot of work at the Performance Center, coaching young talent. And I mean, if you could get under his learning tree with as good as he is, that's going to be a real big plus for all the new talent coming in and the talent that's already there. As far as TNA goes, that hurt. When I read that, I was like, that's it, TNA, bye-bye.
I don't know if that's bye-bye for TNA, but that is a very big blow.
They have 1 foot out the door.
You know what? They've had 1 foot out the door for years now. I think I think that this will be okay for, a little bit,
Think about who they lost this week alone. I mean, Lashley, people we haven't talked about who we will mention shortly, Borash. I mean, they did get John Morrison and Alberto El Patron, but I'm like, dude, seriously?
Johnny Mundo?
Yeah, I just said him.
Yeah, I know.
John Morrison?
John Morrison. I like calling him Johnny Mundo.
Johnny World?
Johnny
World.
Impact.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they lost James Storm. I think the biggest blow, the thing that started it downhill, was they lost AJ. And I don't know. I don't see them lasting too much longer.
Well, let's see. And so let's talk about another acquisition that WWE got from Impact Wrestling, which is Rockstar Spud, who now became the new GM on 205 Live, which I know you both all watch.
Nope.
He's going by the name of Drake Maverick. I believe that's his real name. I might be wrong on that. Because of the incidents that happened, and they had to relinquish the Cruiserweight title, they're doing a 16-man tournament. The thing that interests me about the 16-man tournament is if you ever look at the roster of 205 Live, they do not have 16 men. So does this open the door for different people to come in and be part of the 205 Live group? We had talked about last week about Ricochet coming over and him being under 205. This week they had Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate came in and fought TJP. It was to a losing to TJP, but he did come in. So is it boasting a 205 Live? Is it trying to make it that third show or fourth show if you want to count NXT? What do you guys think?
If they were smart, what they would do is they would set up the tournament, put Pete Dunne and Ricochet in it. As much as I would love to see Ricochet in NXT, I think 205 Live needs him right now, especially the caliber of athlete and star that he is, and have the final match be between Pete Dunne and Ricochet. Just imagine those two in a main event match of that caliber.
You also got Hideo Itami in there. You have the possibility of a Gargano or even a Ciampa coming in. You have a lot of possibilities of different people showing up. The idea that if Rey Mysterio comes for a very limited run or a very slack, thing, he might just want to do TV, and 205 might be great for him to boost that up. You also have the possibility of, some of the other talents coming
Adam
around.
Cole?
Huh?
Wait, how much does Adam Cole wear?
I don't know. You have that possibility. There's a lot of interesting things. You even have people that might be on the main roster that we haven't even thought of that could come over who are not being utilized and boost up. There's even the idea that if you think about it, Neville's frozen right now in the thing, and if they got rid of Enzo, maybe Neville's willing to come back and be part of the tournament.
I don't think they would reward him with a title shot after what he did.
It's not part of a title shot. I think being in the tournament would just be something, He has the opportunity to fight people that maybe he's never fought before. Maybe he gets to fight Ricochet again. I don't know if they fought in the Indies. Hideo Itami, he fought one other time. That would be an interesting match. There's just other matches that you haven't thought of that could happen in this tournament if you're talking 16 people. They already did Grand Metalik and Cedric Alexander. They did TJP and Tyler Bate. You got Tyler Bate, who was never on the show. Now they're showcasing him. I'm just saying there's possibilities there.
Hornswoggle?
I don't think you're going to do Hornswoggle. Hey, you never know. He's not in Impact anymore. That was a big loss to them.
They don't care about Hornswoggle. If they set up the tournament and did the Cruiserweight Classic, I'm all in. I'm completely all
They're not
in.
going to do it like the Cruiserweight Classic because that was a different venue. You're talking at about a bigger stage with people who haven't noticed these people before. I do have to say the Tyler Bate TJP match was very good. Same, they did a really good job. So.
And you're the only one who watched it.
Sure I am, but you know what? I'm trying to put it out there because you know what? There's going to be a day where I'm going to come in and I'm going to say, hey guys, such and such came in 205 Live, and you guys are going to be like, really? Hey, last week they put on a Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali put on a great match. I mentioned it last week. They got a "This is awesome" chant from the crowd. That tells you that hopefully they're getting back to their roots.
The two people that were still in the arena.
Wow. Come at him, 205 Live. Come at him.
Come at me, 205. I'm ready for you.
Come at him, Drake Maverick. Talk to him, Drake Maverick.
I'll super kick your head off.
You know what Drake Maverick's one kryptonite is?
What's that?
King Maxwell.
That's true. Oh, dude, he did a promo. Matt did a promo with King Maxwell. I saw it.
Oh yeah? He bringing him over, huh?
I think so. He's like getting bigger now too. He's like doing the whole delete thing and everything.
Wow. One of the other things I wrote down that I wanted to talk about was on SmackDown. That happened on SmackDown Live. Was Carmella tried to cash in the Money of the Bank on, and we always forget Carmella's out there with that damn briefcase. So that could be something that happens for the title coming up in Elimination Chamber or what have you. So there could be, but you can have her win it and then have her lose it in Raw, because nobody wants her on. I don't think
isn't Carmella on SmackDown?
That's right. So you could have her win it and then have her lose it on SmackDown. That's what I said, Ralph. Were you not listening? Oh my God, man. So
Or just have her win it and have Asuka just like completely massacre
well, you
her.
can't have Asuka. Weren't you paying attention? She's on SmackDown Live. Come on. Okay, so
You can pick any champion.
No, I think she can only pick SmackDown champions.
No, who? Carmella? Or
Carmella,
Asuka?
but he's
Carmella.
saying Asuka could pick any champion. But that means you have to have Asuka Carmella at WrestleMania. Do you really want to see
Who?
that?
I want to see Asuka just like completely massacre
Or
somebody.
you could have Asuka, Carmella, and Alexa. Alexa?
No, don't hurt Alexa that way. Don't do that.
Well, it would make it look like Alexa doesn't lose it.
No, but you know how I feel about Alexa. Don't hurt her that way.
Okay, so Carmella, when she goes to cash in the money in the bank, she she gets a referee, everything like that. She goes to drop kick Charlotte. She accidentally drop kicks the ref. To find out later that the ref legitimately knocked himself out for a few seconds from taking the bump. Now,
wow.
I had read this, so I decided to go back and watch it because I did watch it, but of course I didn't think anything of it. And I read it, and I was like, watched the video, and I was like, wow, that guy, if you watch it, his head hit that mat so freaking hard, and then he fell to the ground like a sack of potatoes. I was like, boom. So I could imagine like this ringside scramble to try to help this ref out that they did not show. So I just thought it was interesting that Carmella legitimately knocked out somebody.
Hey man, she doesn't need Ellsworth, so
She doesn't need Ellsworth.
Nope.
All right, so in other news that's not WWE, we've got two new champions in New Japan Pro Wrestling. We've got the new IWPG Intercontinental Champion Minoru Suzuki, who defeats Hiroshi Tanahashi. Am I saying that right?
yes.
All right. In the match, Tanahashi was left on a stretcher. Is it a new time for Suzuki? I don't know, guys. As much as I know about New Japan, and I know Tanahashi is one of the big names there, was it wise to take it off him, or do you think he's legitimately injured and this is part of a storyline?
He needs time off. He's really beat up. He needs time off the rest. He needs time off the heel, recuperate. He is pretty much their version of John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a legacy. He's been there forever. He's been the IWGP Heavyweight Champion the most times out of anybody. They gave him the IC title after Nakamura. Carried it for a while, and he's that good. Like, he's really, really good. But, like, everybody else, you need time to rest. So this is his time off. He's going to take a little vacation, rest up, recuperate, get himself right, and then come back and be ready.
All right. I mean, I find it interesting because their championships, when they switch titles, it's for a purpose and for a reason. Some of these guys have won these championships for long periods of time, so that's fine. It's always interesting when they switch the titles, which they switch not only the Intercontinental Champion, but they also switched the U.S. Champion when Kenny Omega lost to Jay White. Now, in that instance, we've had the Bullet Club coming down. There was a heated argument. Omega get all bent out of shape, push one of the Young Bucks. Cody and him go at it. Cody hits him with his finishing move, and then Kota Ibushi comes out for the save after they start hitting him with a chair. Is this the end of Omega in the Bullet Club, and is this the turn, and we all looking forward to it? Is now Omega a babyface? Was he that over to make him a babyface in the first place?
I think he goes for the world title.
You think now is the time he goes for the world title?
Yeah, because he's a babyface. Him and Okada both have been carrying that company, along with Naito. And I think now it's to the point. I mean, Okada's been champion for 589 days. That's a long time. The longest reigning champion in history. With the work Omega has been doing, I think it's time to give him the title and see what he can do with it. That's probably why he lost the U.S. title, I'm thinking.
But it sets him up for a rival with Cody. So, I mean, I guess they're going to play that out within the middle of the year, and then Wrestle Kingdom, the next Wrestle Kingdom that comes around, or G1, they're going to put Omega against Okada.
Because the thing about Cody is that he's a ROH guy. He's signed to ROH. So he's linked out to New Japan from time to time, but he's not a New Japan guy. Kenny Omega is a New Japan guy. So I
understand that, but you just set up a rivalry. You did that, and if either of them are if one's going to be in the U.S. and one's going to be in Japan, you really don't have.
It's going to be sparingly, though. I think.
I guess it'll be through the year until it culminates somewhere, right?
True. Because I don't think they'll work the program like a WWE style program. They see each other every week. I think when their paths cross, they'll wrestle each other. But I think, as far as Japan goes, I think you're going to see Kenny going after the heavyweight title.
All right, so you not only do you have Kenny Omega and a Cody rivalry, but you also have a Jericho and Naito rivalry coming.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot of interesting things going in New Japan.
Yeah, plus I'm telling you, I said it last podcast. If you haven't seen Marty Scurll wrestle, dude, you need to. This guy's awesome.
So this is what we think could have been, should have been, and what was this week in wrestling. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it in below. You're welcome to check out our Twitter page.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know what's coming up in the near future, potentially, as far as matches go, right?
Correct.
From both of you, do you see anything in the near future beating Gargano and Cien Almas? Only thing I see potentially beating it is AJ versus Nakamura, but I don't know.
That's if they give him time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys see anybody else beating them?
Well, we don't know. I mean, you got a TakeOver coming up before WrestleMania, so you don't even know what that setup is. We have no idea who's going against Almas. You're assuming Gargano's going to go against Ciampa. You don't know who the next people are going to go for the tag titles, nor the women's title. I'm assuming Shayna Baszler's going to try to get for another one. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. There's nothing I could see in the foreseeable future unless they pull something really big. There's rumors of Cena going against Undertaker in WrestleMania. I don't know if that's something I want to see, but it's out there.
I think Taker should just stay in retirement.
Do you think he should rest in peace?
Yes,
definitely.
With Governor and Mayor Demon Kane.
With Mayor Demon Kane.
Yeah,
Mayor Demon Kane, who's missing.
Who's dead? Braun Strowman killed him.
No, if you heard the reports, he was at the hospital and sat up and didn't want medical attention. He
sat up, left the hospital, and hasn't been seen since then.
So he's roaming around somewhere in Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania, wherever they were, Philadelphia.
If he was smart, he'd get himself a trucking company like Braun Strowman does and get some type of utility truck and come get him.
He's going to come back in a casket.
He's going to come back in something.
So do you see a Buried Alive match coming soon?
It hurts.
A what?
A Buried Alive...
A Buried Alive match?
Yeah.
Oh, Buried Alive. I don't know. I don't know if I want to see those type of matches. Those matches are only really Undertaker matches. You can't really go anywhere with them.
I mean, Kane can use the gimmick because he's Kane, but...
Yeah, I think Casket and Buried Alive matches are more Undertaker specialties than Kane. I would go Inferno match if you want to do Kane.
Oh, I don't want to know.
I don't want Inferno match. I'm just saying if you're gonna place, it's like what you used to do. You used to go, okay, you know, when they used to be able to have their own special weapons, okay, you know,
Triple H has
the sledgehammer, Cactus Jack has Barbie. What is it? You got the Edge and Christian had the chairs, Dudley's had the tables, Hardy's had the ladders, you know.
I have Magic, you know.
You know, and then, you know,
The Rock has the mic.
The Rock has the mic. You used to think anytime you were going to do a ladder match and Shawn Michaels was involved, that's his specialty. Undertaker, you had the Hell in a Cell. You know, you had these things, so.
I think Hell in a Cell became a Triple H thing, though.
I was doing a little research on Elimination Chamber because that's coming up. Did you know Triple H is the one who won the most Elimination Chambers?
Yep, because he's Triple H.
So I guess that would be his specialty match if we were going to go with a specialty match.
Unless Shawn Michaels in it because he's won the first one for the title.
He won the first one. Triple H won 3.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and Shawn's only been in like maybe 2, so I think you can give it to him. Let Triple H have something on his own.
You know what,
How
guys?
many has Triple H been in?
I don't know. He's probably in
lot.
more than that. I didn't research that part. I was just reading up on it a little bit because I was curious when the first Elimination Chamber and when they changed it to Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I don't know. It was because they're doing the first women's. I was curious. I was doing research for our podcast. Okay, guys, I'm looking at things.
Okay,
You
I have
else?
one question on that first women's everything that apparently is happening now.
The women's.
Women's, as in possessive women's.
Oh.
Apostrophe S.
Jesus.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Let me clarify that.
Vosotros.
What other first are we going to expect this year?
I don't think you have
first
anything
can they
left.
have?
You already did the Money in the Bank. You did the Royal Rumble.
Casket
Did
match.
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in the Cell.
Buried alive.
Casket match?
I mean, you don't really do it. TLC.
Braun
But they kind of
match. I
did
don't
that.
You could do a first TLC.
Yeah, but you had, they fought,
Money in the Bank.
Sasha and Flair fought in the crowd and did all that, and they hit themselves with tables. I mean, kind of is a TLC if you think about it. I don't know.
Last woman standing.
Last woman standing. I don't know.
They
I
already had an Iron Man match.
I don't mind it. Whatever they want to do. I think the women deserve it. I think they deserve it.
No, I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I'm wondering what other first can they bring to the table.
I think this is the last first they can really do.
Puppies.
Okay. No more puppies. Just calm down, Lawler. Calm down.
No, but I did it for The Rock.
He is the King Hollywood.
He is the Jigglypuff wood.
No, the Jiggly Wood Puff. Get it right,
The
man.
Jiggly Wood Puff. I apologize. I thought I copied it from your page.
Holly Jiggly Wood Puff.
Jiggly Wood Puff,
The
the fifth
fifth.
in his line.
Yes. High King of his domain.
Jesus.
You two are kings, but I'm the High King.
Okay, well, you keep telling everybody you're the High King. See where that gets you.
Oh, man. They might ask what I'm high off of.
Hey, he's the High King. They're going to look at you and go, I can see that.
Hey, I mean, I'm not high. Maybe a little tipsy from time to time, but,
I'm going to love this segue. Ready? Every week, one of us picks a current or old school match for us to review. That match is the main event of the week. This week was Big Ralph's pick. Big Ralph, what do you got for us this week?
For this week, I picked John Cena versus CM Punk in a Raw main event of February 25th, 2013.
Number one contenders match.
Number one's contenders match,
To
yes.
fight Rock at
to
WrestleMania.
fight The Rock at WrestleMania 29. If I'm
Dwayne?
not mistaken.
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
So, why'd you pick this match? And let us know what you think. What did you think of it?
I thought it was a great match. It's a match where you see that they both really hated each other. They both knew each other's movesets. There was a lot of back and forth between them. They were pulling out all the stops. I don't know. It could have been more than just a Raw main event. I saw it as a possible WrestleMania main event or a pay-per-view main event. Anytime they got in the ring, I enjoyed it. That's the thing. It's Super Cena. It's the first time he did the Hurricanrana.
Hurricane Rana.
Yes, that one.
Hadouken.
It's like it was. They what's his name? Punk had to do did a pile driver and he still couldn't win.
Right.
Then Cena did the. Say it again, Hollywood.
Hurricane Rana.
That one. Then he went into an AA and he pinned Punk for the win. He had to do what he had never done before to be able to beat him, and it pretty much reminded me of The Rock versus Stone Cold in WrestleMania, where the Stone Cold had always beaten Rock at WrestleMania event matches until their third match where The Rock ends up winning. The whole time, the commentator's like, "Oh, Punk has always beaten Cena at big matches. Punk has beaten Cena at big matches," and it turned out that in this one match, Cena ends up pulling off the big one.
I remember this is my time period in wrestling where I just cannot stand Cena. I'm like, get Cena off my TV. No more Super Cena. Get the hell out of my... Just no. When he won, I was like...
See, at that point, I was okay with Cena. I didn't really mind him that much. But whether he was on my TV or not, I didn't really care that much. But I liked... When this match came on, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a good match.
And it's before the period where people started chat. Like even when he comes out, people are not chanting "Cena sucks" to the music, and the match. People are cheering both wrestlers for both superstars. I'm sorry, not wrestlers, superstars for their performances. Mr. Sands.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if Holly was going to say something. No. I wait to see. You know, never know.
No, I said my piece. I just
okay. Well, you know what? I put this rivalry up there. These two up there with like, is it a work or a shoot? Do they really not like each other? Do they really respect each other? Do they know each other? It was like. For years, you never knew if Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels liked each other or were friends prior to when they got into all the trouble. Then they got into trouble. But when they're together, they put on great matches. And these two, when they're together, put on great matches. It is a rivalry. I don't know if it's up there with, Hart and Michaels. I don't know if it's up there with Orton and Cena. I do think that when they do get together, and it was all in that time period where Cena lost the title to Punk, Punk left the company, came back, it's all that history that they have, culminating into this one era, you know, at one match to see who fights The Rock. They both have something to prove. Punk needs to get his title back because The Rock is the only one who beat him in his longest reign ever. Cena has to prove himself because he lost to The Rock in the prior WrestleMania. You have all that drama in there. You have these two who have a history of fighting each other, like you said, and Punk always coming out on the winning end, and they just have magic. They are just great together. Whether they are friends or whether they do not like each other in real life, you would never really know. All you know is that when they both get in there, they put magic. And think of it. What two superstars are big enough that they can pull off a pile driver and be like, well, I'm going to pull it off, and whoever gets in trouble, it doesn't matter because we're both that high up on the totem pole. Vince can yell at us, but we're going to do it anyway. You know, because they have to agree on that. Hey, we're going to do a pile driver? Yeah, so you know that had to be there. They're putting on a show for the fans. They both go out every night and do their best. It's just one of those matches. It's a classic. They put it on... I don't know, some top 10, but it was lower down on the totem pole of the best WWE matches. You know what? Again, the two matches that you're going to do, if you ever talk about Cena and Punk, is this match and the Money in the Bank in Chicago.
I actually think this one was better.
The one in Chicago, right?
Yeah, the one in Chicago. Those are the two matches. Whether you want to go on just pure story, you're going on the Money in the Bank's better. If you want to go pure wrestling, you have to go with this one because this one had better wrestling than the one in Money in the Bank and vice versa. The other one had more drama to it. The stakes were higher. The storyline was better than this one. They always, when you look at lists, they always put that one above this one. But if you want to talk about wrestling, you want to talk about moves, you want to talk about, you know, them laying it all out on the line, this one's
pulling
better.
all the stops.
Yes. So
I mean, the only bad thing is this match was the last time that you see Punk and Cena in a singles match against each other.
Right. And that's also kind of putting an end to their rivalry if you think about it because it started at the Money in the Bank and this is the one that caps it off at the end. Again, two phenomenal superstars. No matter what you think of John Cena, he puts on great matches. Maybe not so much lately. He's kind of doing a part-time thing. But when he was
still better
in his
than
heyday,
Roman Reigns,
yeah,
though.
he's still better than Roman Reigns. well, Roman Reigns has been doing some pretty good stuff too. But in the
I was
height of
just-
his heyday, this is the John Cena you got. Yes, it was Super Cena. Yes, he pulled off the win. But you know what? You enjoyed those matches.
You know what? People give Cena and Reigns crap. I give them crap mostly because they're over pushed. But they can go and they can wrestle. They're really good. I just wish they weren't so like heavily shoved. Like, hey,
It's like,
This
hey,
is the guy.
this is our golden boy. You have to like him whether you want to or not.
exactly. Give us a choice so they happen organically.
See,
Turn one from heel, and then
I like-
I'll be okay.
I like Reigns. I was just trying to quote Cena saying that him as a part-timer, he can do anything better than Reigns can.
Cool.
Cena.
Cena.
Yeah, I'll agree. I think Cena, as far as wrestling ability, is much better than Reigns.
Like you said, Hollywood, they're both can go. They're both really good. You know what? I think people are going to enjoy Cena more now because he's not going to win and put other people over. He's going to be a part-timer. He's not going to be there every day shoved down your throat. Maybe in WrestleMania time he will because it is WrestleMania and they need that star power. But all in all, if you're looking for a couple of matches, if you want to see a CM Punk versus John Cena match where the wrestling is just great, this is the match to watch. John Cena, CM Punk, #1 contenders match, Raw, February 25th, 2013. And then if you want to complement it to the start of that rival, you do the one in Money in the Bank, 2012, I guess that would be, right?
Before you do that, it's on YouTube. Watch. Just type in CM Punk returns. Cena, Rey Mysterio won the world title that night. Then he faced John Cena. John Cena won the title from Rey Mysterio the same night Rey Mysterio won it, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, that was a travesty.
Yeah,
but-
we hate that was the worst. That's when people started hating Cena more.
yeah, and then Cena celebrating, la la la, I'm whatever time champion. Then you hear
Cult
and
of
you're
personality comes out.
thinking, yeah, but you know,
Yep.
because people who weren't familiar with CM Punk, they didn't know he used that on the Independence, right? So people are thinking, who's this? Well, I don't understand what's happening. Cena's like, who's this? And then that slow, deliberate, calculated walk. Here comes CM Punk, and you're like, oh boy, here we go.
with
and he
his
brought the
own
title.
title.
Yep. And that's when you knew. It was like, oh, what am I going to watch? Like, that's when I was just like, yes.
Yeah, that made it interesting, which it wasn't in a long time. So
And then when he beat Cena, oh my, I was like, dude, he actually beat Cena. But then they ruined it with Alberto Del Rio coming out and cashing in Money in the Bank. So, it's
he
whatever.
tried to cash in Money in the Bank, but it was part of the story, so it was all good.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our match of the week. If you'd like to see it, you can catch it on YouTube, the network, I think in Daily Motion as well. If you have any match suggestions, please let us know in comments and send us a line. You can find us on all our Twitter and Facebook under the name UGeekly. That's fudge. UGeekly. No. .com. We're part of the Unique Geek Network. We also can be found on Podbean and Apple Podcasts, so please subscribe and leave a comment and give us a 5-star rating. Till next time, I am the City of Miami savior, Jose Sands. I'm here with Jigglypuff, or whatever the heck you're calling yourself nowadays.
Is it Holly
Jigglywood Puff the fifth.
of his line.
The fifth of the line. And then I won't say it because you said that was kind of mean, so you could be the face that runs the place. Big Ralph. Come and telling you. Yeah.
That
So
was fine.
I'd like to say,
I'll be the heel.
you could be the heel. Why not? They're best people are the heels. People love heels.
They have the most.
Even though they're heels, you shouldn't.
It's
really
easier to make people hate you than to make people like
There
you.
you go. So the face that ruins the place. It's not really a heel thing. You're just saying your face is. Well, that we won't get into that. We just want to say, see you next time. Same bad time, same bad channel, I guess.
Yeah.
Why not?